Bonsoir tout le monde. Tonight's homework is Chapter 5, Mots de. So open up your Chapter 5 packet to your vocabulary list, Mots de, and write down the definitions as we go through them. We're going to start with the table setting.
Le couvert.
Le couvert is a table setting, so write that next to it on your sheet. Now these don't go in order of the PowerPoint, so you're going to have to look around a little bit. For the column on the left, you might want to write your definitions on the left-hand side, and then for your column on the right, write the definitions on the right-hand side, just to give you some more space.
Une tasse.
Une tasse, that's the first one. That's a cup. Une tasse is a cup.
Une nappe.
Une nappe is what we call a faux ami or a false friend because it's not really a cognate, it's a false cognate. It's not the word for napkin, it's the word for tablecloth. So next to une nappe on the left-hand side, write a tablecloth.
Une nappe. Une assiette.
Une assiette you'll find at the bottom of the right-hand column, and that's a plate.
Un verre.
Un verre is a glass. That's in the left-hand column. A glass.
Une serviette.
Une serviette is a napkin. You'll find that above the word for plate in the right-hand column. Une serviette is a napkin.
Une fourchette.
Une fourchette is a fork. So that's easy to remember because they both start with F in English and in French. Une fourchette is a fork.
Un couteau.
Un couteau is a knife. So you can think about the word cut. We cut with a knife. It kind of sounds similar. Un couteau.
Un couteau. Une cuillère.
And une cuillère is a spoon. Une cuillère is a spoon. All right, so very quickly. Le couvert, the table setting. Une tasse, a cup. Une nappe, a tablecloth. Une assiette, a plate. Un verre, a glass. Une serviette, a napkin. Une fourchette, a fork. Un couteau is a knife. Une cuillère is a spoon. Okay? On va continuer maintenant au restaurant. Au restaurant.
Au restaurant.
This means at the. This funny word here means at the. It actually has two words in it. That makes it a contraction. At the restaurant.
Alexandre va au restaurant.
All right, here's that new verb again that we're going to be learning in this chapter. It's the verb aller. It means to go. Alexander goes to the restaurant. Alexander goes to the restaurant.
Il ne va pas au restaurant tout seul.
Okay, you remember how we make things negative in French. We use the little words ne and pas. We put them around the verb and make a verb sandwich. Now we've made a sentence negative. So, he does not go to the restaurant. Tout seul means all alone. So he's not going to the restaurant alone.
Il y va avec des copains.
Here's that pronoun again, that pronoun ich, and it means there. It's referring to the restaurant, a place I already mentioned. Il y va, he goes there, avec des copains, with some friends. He goes there with some friends.
Ils n'y vont pas en voiture.
They don't go there by car. Okay, so this vont, that's my verb. It's the plural form for aller, to go. They don't go there by car.
Ils ne prennent pas le bus.
They don't take the bus. This is another new verb in this chapter. Lots and lots of new verbs in this chapter. Prendre means to take. They don't take the bus.
Ils y vont à pied.
They go there on foot. Okay, in other words, they're walking. They go there on foot. All right, now we're in the restaurant, and the waiter's going to ask how people like to take their steak. Because you know you can have your steak rare, medium, or well done. It all depends on your taste.
Vous aimez votre steak comment?
All right, aimer. That's that ER verb we learned, to like. And he's asking, you like your steak how? How do you like your steak?
À point, s'il vous plaît.
À point means medium, right in the middle. À point, on point. So you're going to write medium, please.
Monsieur, s'il vous plaît, je n'ai pas de serviette.
Uh-oh, she's missing something. Remember, pas de, pas de, pas de? Okay. She says, sir, please, I don't have a napkin. I don't have any napkin. All right, now, here's the different ways that we talk about how we like our steak done.
Saignant.
You can see in this picture, it's kind of pink, right? Pretty pink. So, saignant means rare. It literally means bloody, rare.
À point.
À point is medium.
Bien cuit.
And bien cuit, well done. Okay. Are you still with me? If you need to, you can pause and rewind, or you can wait to get through to the end of the video and just watch it again. We're going to move on now to the second part of the list. At the end of the meal,
Alexandre prend un steak frit.
okay, Alexandre prend un steak frit. That is, Alexander is having or taking fries and a steak. Steak frit is a very popular plate in France, a very popular dish, and you have steak and French fries. And now we're going to go to the second part, after the meal.
L'addition, s'il vous plaît.
L'addition, it looks like our word for addition, and it's very logical. He's asking for the check. Okay, so the addition, the check, please.
Alexandre n'invite pas ses copains.
You remember this verb? It's an ER verb, inviter. It means to invite. Now, in French, when you invite your friends to a meal, you're very specific about it. You tell them, I'm inviting you for lunch. That means you're going to pay for them. However, if you just say to a friend, do you want to go to the cafe with me? On va au café? That means that everybody's going to pay for themselves. So this sentence says, Alexandra doesn't invite his friends. So while he might have asked them to go to the cafe or the restaurant, he didn't say, I'm inviting you. So what this really means is he's not going to pay for his friends. You can write down, Alexander does not invite his friends, and in parentheses, put pay for. He's not paying for his friends.
Chacun paie pour soi.
Each one, this word chacun is each, pays, payer, pay, for themselves. Each one pays for themselves.
Un pourboire.
Un pourboire, in English, we call that a tip. That's the little bit of money that you leave the waiter, the server, the waitress after the meal. Un pourboire is a tip.
De l'argent.
De l'argent, some money. Some money.
Le service est compris.
This means that the service is understood. It's what we say, the tip is included. Now in France, when you eat in a restaurant or a cafe, it doesn't matter if it's just you or if it's 8 or more people. The service is always included. I think it's about 15% in France of the tip is included in your bill. So therefore, it's really not necessary to leave an extra tip. However, if you liked the service of your server, it is nice to leave another little extra euro or two. So you're going to write the tip is included.
Mais Alexandre laisse tout de même un petit pourboire.
Okay. Tout de même means all the same or anyway. But Alexandra leaves all the same a small tip. So anyway or all the same, Alexandra still leaves a small tip.
Il laisse un peu d'argent pour le serveur.
He leaves a small amount of money for the server. Okay? He leaves a little money. You can write. He leaves a little money for the server. All right, so un pourboire is a tip. De l'argent is some money. Le service est compris. The tip is included. Mais Alexandre laisse tout de même un petit pourboire. but Alexander leaves a small tip anyway. Il laisse un peu d'argent pour le serveur. He leaves a little money for the server. All right, in our next section on our list, we have the 3 meals of the day.
Les 3 repas de la journée.
Repas is the word for meal in French. The 3 meals of the day.
Le petit déjeuner.
Petit déjeuner is breakfast.
Le déjeuner.
Déjeuner is lunch.
Le dîner.
And le dîner is dinner. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
On prend le petit déjeuner le matin.
Okay, we always use the verb prendre, the verb to take, when we're talking about having breakfast. We never use the verb manger, which is to eat. You never say I eat my breakfast, you say I take my breakfast. So we take breakfast every morning.
On déjeune entre midi et 2 heures.
Now you see the noun déjeuner for lunch. It's also a verb. We have lunch between noon and 2 o'clock. We have lunch between noon and 2 o'clock.
On dîne le soir.
We have dinner in the evening. Dîner is, again, a noun and also a verb. We have dinner in the evening. Okay. On your paper, you see some time expressions. They mean from always to very seldom. We'll go over those in class tomorrow. All right, that's it. C'est fini. Vous avez fini, mes amis. That's all you have to do. Remember, if you need to, you can rewind and watch the video again. À demain. See you tomorrow.